One of these days are coming, I'm gonna take that boy's crown. There's a serpent in these still waters, lying deep down. To that king I will bow, at least for now. One of these days are coming, I'm gonna take that boy's crown. 'Cause I am a little wicked, I am, 'cause I am. Hands raised, just like it said. I am a little wicked. No one calls you honey when you're sitting on a throne. I'll be high up in that tower, he'll be down there getting stoned. Beware the patient woman, 'cause this much I know. No one calls you honey when you're sitting on the throne. 'Cause I am a little wicked, I am. Hands raised, just like it said. I am a little wicked. I am a little wicked. I am, yes I am. Hands raised, just like it said. I am a little wicked. No one calls you honey when you're sitting on a throne. No one calls you honey when you're sitting on a throne.
Doing. Let me. Bing, bing, bing. Hello, hello, hello. All right, I'll try and go through you all. Try and keep myself up to date this evening. Lisa Jones, hello, lovely. Pooh, the dark side, hello. Lenny Pooh, hello. Adele, hello. I love Altered too. Hello, lovely. How are you doing? Stars, hello. I am a little bum. We're gonna go. We're truth bumming it tonight, folks. So I have on my purple glasses of doom because I mean, why else would you look at the world through any other lens? Apparently. Oh yeah, yeah. What do you see? What do you see? What do you see? What do you see? Burp, 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 burp. Look, look. See, I'm a little ticking bomb. Look at that. There we go. Hey. See? I'm a bum, not a bauble, but I've got a little moustache. Look, apparently that's what happens. You know, when ladies hit that menopausal stage, you get a you get a fancy moustache. Why not? Why not? right? No farting. Yeah, if you're going to fart, you need to aim your little butt cheeks towards the window. Otherwise, we could all be in a very dangerous situation. Um, yeah, and I don't have insurance, so you all have to look after each other. Try not to kill each other. That would be nice, please. Right? I am debone, Chris. That's the only time you will hear me say that because there's a level of sarcasm to that that I don't quite think my voice can truly convey. Mm. Hello, Ray Ray. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Right. So I just need to gather a couple more things and we're nearly there. Hello, checking convictions. Hello. Just gathering shit. Hmm. Aha. Doodaloo. Doodaloo. So while I gather, you at least have some background music for a little minute. You can all do a poo style dance. Trust me, you're going to need it in a wee minute or two. I can promise you that. Okie dokie. You have to admit, it looks funny as heck whenever he gives a big smile. Doodaloo, 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 doodaloo. Oh, Chris. Consider what I'm about to cover. That could get wild interesting in a wee minute. Heather, hello, lovely. How are you doing? Now, you're mouthy today, Heather. I think you're in good company. There's been a whole lot of things happening in the past day or so that would make people feel a little bit spicy. So I don't blame you. Don't blame me at all. And if you need to vent, this is the place to do it. You're safe, you're welcome. Come on in. Right. I just remembered I forgot to add something else. Boom. Look at that. We're a professional operation over here. Yep, bring all your bulls. Bring us all your bulls. We are bull professionals, bull experts. Whether they be the melons or the danglies, whatever type of bulls, we'll just look after them all. Don't worry, we got you. Checking convictions. Hello. Now, let me turn this down. And thank you very much, everybody, for showing up. I really appreciate it. I wasn't sure if anybody would be able to be around. No. Crackanassus poo, hello. What's wrong, Daphne? Rubber houses don't like you? What? What did you do, Daphne? What did you do? What did you do? I need to know all the things, all of them, immediately. Tell me all the things. How could you ignore that little smile, Daphne? Look, look. Oh, perfect. I love it. Or how about padded room? Look, that's maybe just me. I'm not being very nice. Sorry, Daphne. I was looking at another screen. I was trying to sort out all the things. I love it. Love it. We color. Well, we could give her an upgrade, color little bouncy castle. That would cheer her right up. You're stalking and harassing, terrorizing me and my minor treadmill. Who said what? Hello, lovely, even though I hate you for that, but hello, I love you, I miss you, hello. All of the things. Putting you all on the naughty step with all of these birthday wishes. This is unacceptable. Look, I'll blow the F up. And then what'll you do? There'll be shit everywhere. Right, pause this for a wee second. Okay, so, we're kicking all the butts today. Who said what we've been doing? There's just butts everywhere. There's butts flying everywhere. Feet. It's a whole thing. All consensual. Buckingham Palace. You little brat. Okie dokie. Right. This evening we're going to take a little stroll down Zigzag Lane and see what we can see. And I know for some of you that will be either something you might remember some of this. Some of you will have never seen it before. And that's where it all works in together because you'll all be able to give your opinions, even from what you have learned since then, comparing back to what you had heard previously or just hearing this evening. But just as I was getting this ready, the creator whose stream we're going to go through, yes, stars, I'm sorry. Look, we're taking one for the team tonight, love. Trust me. We're taking one for the team. But when I was listening to her stream, she said something really weird. And I know, like, for most people, for most people, that's not an unusual thought. But the way she said it, I was just like, "You what? What? What did you just say, lady?" it it troubled me to the point that I was seriously reconsidering going live tonight. I thought, well, Matthew or somebody will go live later or something. You don't really need me to go live tonight. And then I saw this, and then I got cross. So here we are with our little truth bombs. Oh, you can let rip, stars. You can, as long as we're not saying anything that would break terms of service. You get me. You get me. As long as we don't do that, we'll be fine. And yes, Chris was getting herself in trouble while she was left unattended. Yeah, all the trigger warnings, all of them. So, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use purposes such as criticism, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. We're going to be doing all of those. And a little bit of how not to be a complete nut. And a little bit of the study of the English language. We're going to do all of the things, all of them. So, let's see. Right. Let's see. I hope you'll be able to hear this, but it's not too long. And if you can't hear it, I'll replay it and turn it up because trust me, this is worth hearing. So let's try this.
Signed. Well, RJ, did you know that I signed an NDA too, though? I didn't think it was really anything. It didn't change anything as far as it didn't keep me from talking or saying anything. But really, when I was up there on the hill, I really tried to. I was like kind of like an abused wife or something. I was like looking down, trying not to look around. Abused wife or something. I was like looking there on the hill. I really tried to. I was like kind of like an abused wife or something. I was like looking down, trying not to look around. But really, when I was up there on the hill, I really tried to. I was like kind of like an abused wife or something. I was like looking down, trying not to look around.
So there we go. That was just a little snippet of what I heard this evening. Ziggy thinks that it is a fair analogy to compare the fact that she was maybe keeping her business to herself while she was up on Ben Hill uh, with the Wells family, that somehow she was like an abused wife. Does anybody see a problem with that? Is it just me? If it's just me, we can end it here this evening, and I will take no harm, no harm, no foul. But I heard that, and I was just like, You what, lady? You what?" And bear in mind, Ziggy claims that her first long-term partner, not Jim, but one before that, had done some harm to her, to the extent that he was prosecuted for it. So it's a bit of a weird thing to find so feckin' funny, is it not? I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, lady? And hello, Jackie Blue. Yes, yes, unfortunately, we're having to force ourselves to listen to some of the Ziggy this evening. To be fair, we're having to cover some of that. And yes, the little giggle afterwards, like, like it was the funniest thing in the world. It's not funny. A bit of an odd time for her to bring up that comparison as well, considering about all of the things that have been talked about that have happened to multiple people on that road. Way to go, Ziggy. Way to go. So what do you think? Do I keep going? Or no, I'm sure she wouldn't. Lisa Jones, I'm sure she would not. I saw that and I was just like, you've got to be effing kidding me. Well, I think you can all guess. You've all heard the things that I have to say. I think you can guess what probably fell out of my mouth. Nothing that flattering, I can promise you that. Hello, Jessie. Hello. Jessie, the stream from this evening, well, technically yesterday evening, was beautiful. That lovely big sunset was just gorgeous. Yes, if you post all of the linky links that you need to, do we have enough people? Because I know that some of the mods are either without power, they're in bed, they're doing all the things. And just bear in mind as well, we might get a few little visitors. So if we do, just play smart. You know, you know. Keep going. Come to the dark side. We frosty Ewok. Come to the dark side. And Linny wants me to expose myself. I think that's what she said. It sounded like that anyway. So right. So I just need to grab one more thing and then we can carry on. Now would be your last few minutes warning if you need to run for a quick bathroom break, if you need to grab a drink, whatever it is that you need to grab, you possibly have like 2 minutes to grab it. I'm very generous. Don't say I never give you anything. Do, do, do. Oops. Copy. Perfect. Bing. Look at me, I make my own sound effects and everything. Okay, this little link is from Tragedy Pimps Exposed. If you are not already subbed up to their channel, please go do so. They do some amazing content on a whole lot of people so that you can learn all of the things. She is amazing checking convictions. Now, do. Woohoo! Okie dokie. So, talent. Right, Linny? Aren't they awesome? This is a very English or Australian thing. If you've ever heard of Dame Edna Average, they were a comedy entertainer from the 80s, 90s. Unfortunately, the gentleman that used to play the character of DM Edna Average has recently passed away, but a very funny dude. But part of his character as Dame Edna was to wear glasses like these. The ones that, like, whenever I was growing up would have been very dated, but obviously we see a lot of those retro big winged styles coming back into play now. Not quite as big as these wings, but that's why these wings are hilarious. Okay, so Tragedy Pimps Exposed had done a handy dandy little video that'll bring you hopefully to where I am this evening. But the video is called Ziggy, More Lies, Manipulation, and BS. You can't rewrite history, girl. The internet is forever. Now, I'm not going to play the whole thing because if you haven't already seen it, I would like you to go and watch it at Tragedy Pimps Exposed. Go and give her the view. She did the work. Give her a little thumbs up. Leave her a little comment. Do all the things. And you can also join Tragedy Pimps Exposed membership as well. But part of the reason I wanted to share this video is that she was one of the first who was willing to stand by her convictions that's, you know, all was not well with the Zigster, and has remained committed to that cause. So credit where it's due and all that. My wee tab has disappeared. There we go. Right. Okay, I'm only going to play the first couple of minutes.
And tarot, which by the way, guys, it's almost Jim's birthday will be here in 30 minutes, so it's been rough. I've already cried today over Jim. His birthday is 6/3/63. Plus, like, if those of you have probably already seen my post, since it's been whatever, I've been struggling, so you know, I'm getting a lot of shit about that. Don't play that post, but what the hell ever. I don't even care. I mean, I've helped so many people with my channel. I don't understand, like, why I can't let people know when I need help, you know?
Still waiting on those receipts from the Cold Case Foundation. Remember when you told everyone you donated 10% of your earnings to the Cold Case Foundation? Yeah, never saw any receipts for that. I don't think it happened. You donated product, yes. That's about it. Old, gross product that was hanging out in your friggin' office, in your car, in your big old messy house. What else did you do besides take other people's money?
And I want to say something, though. I heard that there was I have never portrayed myself as a single mother, a single struggling mother. I've never said that. When Jim was alive, I was never a single mother. He was Caitlin's father figure. So I would never say such a thing. So I don't know where people are getting that I said I was a single struggling mother. I never said that.
Ziggy, you may have never said the words, I am a single struggling mother, but you implied it. Also, Jim was living in your house most of the time after you left. And you didn't tell anyone, and people assumed, due to your implications, that you lived alone with your daughter and that you couldn't pay your bills because you told people you couldn't pay your bills. Okay? Remember, I can't pay my electric bill. In case people have forgotten, there is Jib's family who has come out and said that he was paying 70% of your bills the entire time. So there's that.
Because I was never struggling until Jim passed away. Remember when people sent money to help me move, that's when I was moving to this house, trying to leave the relationship because it wasn't healthy. It's just the truth.
Excuse me, bitch? You're joking, right? If anyone needs proof, it's all over my channel and others of you begging for money to pay your bills because you were struggling. Ziggy, it's been over a year. You've been struggling for over a year. More than that, year and a half? You've basically been struggling since you had the channel. Okay? You can
Now, I don't want to keep going because there's only like a couple of minutes left of that video, but please, please go and watch it if you haven't seen it already. Tragedy Pimps Exposed does a whole lot. And yes, BK outdates Ziggy. BK was here for a good bit longer. That's what happens whenever I rub my nose. Oh, hey, Tragedy Pimps Exposed. Are you sure? Because I didn't want to play the whole thing. But are you sure? I didn't want to take the liberty. I'm a great believer in why reinvent the wheel whenever someone had made it look better than ever I could anyway. Oh, thank you, Tragedy Pimps Exposed. And you are definitely one of the top 5 channels in this sector that is able to bring together little bundles of information to help people understand that it's not just I don't like you, neener. Let me just talk shit about somebody because I don't like them. That there's a history behind the thing. And that is an amazing thing to be able to show people because otherwise they think it's very personal. It might become personal eventually, but usually there's a very long list of why things are problematic. And hello, everybody that's coming in. Cindy, Liplocked. Hello. So, well, then we'll go ahead and play the last couple of minutes in. Because I have to admit, I loved it whenever Tragedy Pimps was like, excuse me, bitch. Ah.
try and lie to all these new people that are just coming in and manipulate them all you want. But the proof is out there. The internet is forever. You can keep trying, you can keep lying, but it's all there. Okay? Okay.
And people think Jim paid my bills. No, he didn't. Why would I have to raise money to move over here? Anyways, just saying.
Lies, lies, and more lies. He definitely helped you pay your bills. And so did the entire internet. All the people that you manipulated into helping you pay your bills. It's all still on the internet, okay? Okay. This video is fair use. It is transformative and is protected under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, reporting, teaching, and more.
You know it's hard out here for a real.
Perfecto. Okie dokie. Right, and we have one more, and then we can cut to the chase. Oh, oh, oh! Nearly screwed that all up there. Do, do, do. Please hold. Your view is very important to me. No. Do, 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 do. Bing! Okie dokie. This handy dandy little video is from Social Feed. Along the similar lines, and we're definitely not going to play all of this one. This will just be part of, but it feeds into what we just listened to. Keep forgetting to mute myself, and then I don't want to keep talking over the top of or laughing like a lunatic. There is that I laugh a lot. Otherwise you would cry at these crazy people.
Ever in my life said that Jim abused me. I don't know where you get that from, but that is so sick for you even to say that. And I'm tired of people saying that. I never have said that Jim abused me. Decide how I should feel in my grief. Who are you? Like, are you for real? Like, how can somebody be so heartless? I'm going to honor Jim today and mention that today is his birthday. I'm sorry if you don't like it. When have I ever said that Jim abused me? I said our relationship was not healthy. Imagine somebody trying to downplay your relationship and being like, why are you, trying to downplay her just because of the troubles you had right before they passed away, Like, every relationship has troubles. Melissa, am I supposed to just completely not grieve because of the issues we were having right before he passed? No, that makes it fucking worse. Use your head. It makes it worse. How do you think that makes me feel? The fact that the last days with Jim, we were hateful towards each other. How do you think that makes me feel? Oh, that is just so heartless. And I can't even, I felt like I knew you in a way. I never knew you and several others. Like, oh my God, you're hateful and evil. I never did anything to you. Ever. What would make you dislike me so much? I never did anything to you. So I get a text this afternoon that supposedly Jody Sue's live saying that she's calling the police on me or something for.
Right, I really don't want to play the whole thing because there's a whole lot more in that video. I really want you to go and watch it. If you aren't already subbed up to Social Fade, what are you even doing with your life? Please fix that. If you aren't already subbed up to Tragedy Pimps Exposed, I'm mixing up my words now that I'm trying to tell you all the things. Please go and do that. There are so many good channels. Metal Clips as well. If somebody would drop Metal Clips' link as well, that would be brilliant. I would really appreciate it. And you're right, Tragedy Pimps Exposed, she always has to be the victim. But she was there saying with her whole heart and soul that she had never said that Jim did any of these things. Never. We all just manufactured this story out of nowhere because we're, little hate channels, apparently, that just have nothing else to do but think about Ziggy, which is adorable, but I think most of us realize that that's not the case. Okie dokie. Now, let me see. Hello, more truth for the missing. Hello, hello. Ding. Okay, so now on the 12th of September 2022, Ziggy had done a live stream, everybody. And that live stream was entitled, Good Morning, Zigsters. What a rough 24 hours. You will find the handy dandy link to that video in the description. And as stated on the screen and as stated earlier, this is all covered under the Copyright Act. So please, please don't be silly now, people. Just join in. But I think you'll hear in some of this that maybe the version of what she was saying yesterday compared to 8 months ago were slightly different. A whole lot different for some of the details, but as Tragedy Pimps Exposed rightly said, it's always poor Ziggy. She hasn't had a day that she's been functioning where there hasn't been some sort of major tragedy. It's just not possible for her. which is unfortunate. So, as you can see, I in honor of the amazing creature of awesomeness that is burnt toast. I have a handy dandy dumpster fire here on the screen. I decided that would be better rather than showing her actual footage because, you know, we know that there's a little group of them just itching to throw out strikes and do all of the things at the moment.
Okay. I think this will be better. Here.
Okay, can you hear that?
Hey, Blue Eyes Webster. Good to see you. Punk Princess. Oh, from Scotland. Yay. So cool.
Oh, cool.
Am I sick? No. I'll tell. Oh, shit, guys. I'll tell you what. I about fell backwards in this chair. Holy crap, it leans backwards?
She can't even
What
sit
the
on the
heck?
chair. Her reclining chair is blowing her mind.
Sorry, I'm in this chair. The new chair that I haven't sat in before. Actually, I'm not home, so I'll explain this all here in a little bit.
Not home, eh?
I'm gonna see. I don't know anything about as far as what has happened on YouTube in the past 24 hours. I don't know if there's anything new in the Kylie case or anything new in the Summer case.
That's right, Lip Look, we were.
So
but she's still trying
I'm
to
gonna
pull
be
it.
out of the loop because the last 24 hours in my real life was insane. Probably the craziest 24 hours I've had in a long time.
You don't say.
And I won't. Caitlin, do you know how to hook this to the internet? Sorry, guys. I'm trying to.
No rush, Siggy. No rush. Just take your time, love.
Your hands strapped up? Hey, Dirk. But no, I'm not sick. I've just lost my voice somewhat.
Really, Ziggy? What were you doing that you lost your voice?
Hey, everybody. I'm trying to do something real quick. While people come in.
Just bringing back memories for you all.
Caitlin, are you listening to music? Man, it's a cold day. Last night was like the first night or day really, that was kind of cold, or nighttime, I guess. It wasn't cold during the day, but you know.
Well, you've got your handy dandy dumpster fire now to keep you warm. Shouldn't be a problem any longer. All heat provided, courtesy of the dumpster. You're welcome. Hello, Eliza.
Haven't been crying or
Hello.
yelling. You say, yeah. Last night was definitely. Here, let's turn some music low.
Girl cannot focus for more than 10 seconds, and even that is a push.
I can only stay on for probably about, I don't know, an hour at most. So, well, hey, lovely lyrics and Quinny. Dinner? What time is it there, Breege?
Focus, Siggy.
No, yesterday was horrible,
Focus.
guys, and I don't want to have to repeat it, so I will I'm trying to think of something else to talk about till I get to there, but it was absolutely horrible. There's not. Here, let me turn that down.
Absolutely
distracted.
horrible. The worst 24 hours.
I haven't been able to talk much about my personal life like lately because I've been trying to, keep that a little more separate, especially the whole dating thing. Because
This was 8 months ago on the 12th of September, 2022. And it sort of stuck in my head because yesterday she was saying things like she had never led people to believe that Jim was abusive. And I would beg to differ, but the best way to show you that is to replay what she actually said. I'm glad that I went back and listened to it because when I did, I was like, oh really? Or in the words of Tragedy Pimps Exposed, excuse me, bitch. What did you say? What did you say? So yeah, 8 months ago. And as you can hear, her voice sounds rough as heck. And Eliza was telling you they're part of it. You'll hear.
I don't need to get anybody else who's not on YouTube that's in my real life involved with the drama on here. And so you guys are definitely out of the loop.
Right,
I tried to
Eliza?
tell you guys a little bit the other day, but it was kind of, just like a slow introduction into it because I couldn't say anything for a while. Cool summer. Hey, Soup. No, Queenie, I haven't said it yet. Really, it has to do. So basically, and if anybody can let me know if there's anything new with the Kylie or Summer case, which I doubt was Summer, but sometimes like, it probably doesn't have nothing new about Summer directly, but you know what I mean.
Right now would be a perfect time to talk about that, Ziggy, wouldn't it? Not.
So, you guys remember when? No, Quinny, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about because I have to talk about it because it's gonna. You guys might notice some things bothering me the next however long until I get this figured out.
You might notice.
For those two, so everybody remembers, obviously, in like November or so when I told everybody, I needed to leave the X or whatever. Huh? I bought it. It was only $149. Okay, I changed my password.
Right, Cindy. She needs to keep that name out of her mouth. All of them.
Thank you, Quinny. I appreciate that. I know you guys are. That's why. I'm going to make sure I leave this door open because I don't want him to.
Yeah, leave the door open. Let everybody listen in.
He can still come in here, okay? Just let you know. Okay. If you. So, hey, Sue Marie. Okay, so had to get away from the ex in November, and then
that was the
you guys knew I started
November.
dating somebody. Hey, Jamie Howard and Wendy. Right, Sammy Joe? Well, I know, but you know how it is here on YouTube. Everything you say gets used against you, but
here we are.
Whatever.
Here we are.
So, anyways, when I started dating Jason, the ex got like kind of crazy. You know what I mean?
He got kind of crazy.
He had never seen me date anybody, so yeah, that was. I understand it bothering him and stuff, but he just took it too far. And once he realized that we were done for sure. Like there was no chance of getting me back or whatever. So I don't know. I know I've talked to a couple people on here about what I can, but
A couple.
but yeah, haven't been able to talk about much about it. Hey, XX, flip flop. Yeah, it is early because I won't be able to go on tonight. So
Right, stars. Run,
sorry,
Jason, run.
which was 1983. I know you guys are thinking, spit it out now. Just spit it out. Do you ever finish a sentence, Ziggy? God.
Good question, Ziggy. Good
Oh my
question.
God. Well, this is kind of hard to talk about, so that's part of the reason why I stall.
But here we are.
And it's like a nervous thing, so it's extra bad when I tell things that are, tough to talk about.
Extra.
So I apologize. That's just me, and I know it's frustrating at times because I feel the same way about others when they do that. But so he's
Now remember, at the start of this stream, I played for you a little clip from tonight's live stream. There you go, cracking ass's poo. I played a little clip from tonight's live stream of Ziggy, where she was laughing, saying that her behavior on Ben Hill was akin to her acting like an abused wife because she was averting her gaze, etc., etc. And then she gave a whole little sarcastic laugh after that. Now, I laugh a lot. I'm sarcastic as fuck. I think most people realize that by now. But there's a time and a place for all things. And considering the people that she was talking about, the place that she was talking about, the case that those people are connected to, and her own personal history, she thought it was hilarious. Hilarious that she had behaved like an abused wife. She didn't find it so funny back in September of last year. But over the past couple of months, she's trying to make out like we're all just crazy. We never heard her say these things. So this is this stream where she tells you about this terrible 24 hours. And as you can tell, she's really building it up. We're 12 minutes into the live by now, and we still haven't got much further. Cue the dumpster fire.
started getting a little bit crazy, and it just progressed. I had to, cut off all ties to him. But the thing was, like, those 9 years that we dated or whatever, he made sure, that I didn't have friends or,
He
what I
made
mean.
sure.
You know how it is dealing with a narcissist.
A
So
narcissist.
yesterday, this is like absolutely horrible, guys. It's really horrible.
Really?
So you guys knew, like, the car I had was the car that had my name on it. The only thing that I ever pretty much got with my name on it, because every time I was, he wanted things, he wanted to be in control, and he wanted me to be financially dependent on him because then I couldn't go anywhere, Actually, it was more about me being like some kind of supply to him, not like he doesn't really. I wouldn't say he really loves me. He thinks he does. It's just that I make him. It's all about him, I make him feel better because he's a narcissist and I don't know.
But so I had a car that was my name, but of course his name was on it too. Just a cheap little Nissan. When I say cheap, it was a good little car and stuff. But that's the only one he had in my name. So there for a while, I was driving that, but the air wasn't working. So, he was letting me use his white vehicle. But anyways, he talked about how he was going to sell me that car. But when he got upset, he tricked little Ziggy. He wasn't supposed to be in my house, okay?
He tricked your child?
He knew he wasn't supposed to be in there. And he tricked Caitlin into letting him in yesterday.
Wow.
While I was sleeping. And it wasn't even, he said he was going to watch TV. And he wasn't even supposed to be in there. Like, if he talked, I don't know. Lil Ziggy felt really bad because she didn't realize, and it's not her fault. But anyways, while he was watching TV, my purse was out there, and he grabbed the car keys to both of the cars.
Both of them?
And because I had something to do last night, and Lil Ziggy had I told her not to let him know because I was going to tell him myself because I knew he would flip out. But I was going to tell him today. Wait till I was going to go. I wasn't going to tell him yesterday and give him time to do something vindictive.
Vindictive? Oh.
And yeah, he took the car. He took the white car.
Oh.
I wake up and all my keys are gone. Actually, I don't notice for a couple hours. And Caitlin doesn't really tell me. She told me he was in there, but I don't know. I didn't really put two and two together.
There's a shocker.
Yeah, so you remember when Mystic Mermaid was saying that I have a stalker really bad, besides 6 Up. I was like, yeah, you're spot on. I already know. And that started right when I started dating, so.
Well, the reader would know.
Child. Guess what else he was telling her? Like, absolute, guys, the stuff that he was telling her is so bad, I can't even say some of it. Like, stuff you don't tell a kid, and most of it's not even true.
You sure, Ziggy? You sure?
Oh, Barb, I've already filed for a protective order.
Oh.
I'll know today. Since it's a domestic situation, I'll get it temporary right away. But the thing is, like, I never thought he would do that. Like, as far as leave me without a vehicle, having, since I have Caitlin and stuff. But when I noticed the keys were gone, I looked outside and I noticed the white car was gone, okay? So I was trying to get a hold of him frantically because I'm like, oh, of course I'm pissed. I see both my car keys are gone, even the Nissan, which my name's on. Then I'm flipping out. I was freaking out. Like,
oh,
what the heck? He wasn't even supposed to be in here, you know what I mean? And then I noticed my camera that was facing out towards the cars was unplugged. So, but in the meantime, like literally, when I started texting him, give me my keys to Nissan, like
literally, like.
By the time I went back outside to look back outside, the blue car was gone too. He had somebody help him drive the cars away.
Sounds terrible.
So, and the thing that he screwed me so bad because he knew I had plans last night and had to be somewhere. And of course, it was with Jason, okay?
Of course.
And he's basically like in that stage where if he can't have me, nobody can type thing, but he doesn't really want me, but he doesn't want anybody else to have me. He only wants me in a, sexual way.
Who's the narcissist again? Remind me.
I know, I have a kid, and I told him, I said, that's pretty shitty. I mean, it's okay, like, I'll figure it out. I'll just have a sale and stuff. I'll get a cheap vehicle. But it's just shitty, you know what I mean? I was like, 3 hours late to what I had to do because, or what I had planned because
Or who
of
you had
everything.
to
You guys,
do?
it was a nightmare. I had to freaking spend money that I did not have to rent a vehicle. So I rented it for a week. It was only, it wasn't very much more to rent it for a week than to just for a few days because I was looking into it for 3 days. And then, yeah.
Money was no object.
Yeah, he's trying to make it so that I have to depend on him. And he does that. But those cars are the last thing I had tied to him. So, he doesn't have anything else to use against me, except he's been threatening me that he's gonna, call my parents and tell them, like, I mean, the craziest stuff.
Threatening you to call your
texting
parents.
Jason and all kinds of stuff. No, I don't have a spare key. I don't know where he took the cars at. And that's the thing that sucks, Danny. I was really hoping. I noticed that he was being, I mean, it was very noticeable that he was trying to, once I started dating Jason, it was very obvious that he was trying to, like, be more involved, like, with Caitlin and constantly, taking her wherever she asked and all that. But it was obvious. I'm like, I know exactly why you're doing this. And it's fake. Like, I'm not dumb. I mean, he did a lot for Caitlin before, but then it got like ridiculous. Like, Caitlin even told me that he would be like, I mean, it's so bad. Like, that when he would, like, take her someplace for the night to, I don't know, whatever, he would be driving by my house like 3 times.
Wow.
Like, the night before he got my vehicle, he drove by my house like 3 times and told Caitlin, when Caitlin was with him, and told Caitlin that he thought that he wanted to make sure I was safe, that he thought he saw a van that was, creeping by my house. And, no, he was just trying to see if anybody was at my house. Like,
Maybe he did just want to check you were safe. Maybe he was worried about.
I don't know.
But do you see how her language is like toned to make it seem like she is under threat? She has been hard done by. She is under pressure. She literally uses all the language. We have threat, the intimidation of calling your parents, leaving her without vehicles, gaining access to her home, then telling people she had to go and take out a temporary restraining order on him because he had gained access to her home. And no, none of us are stupid for believing this. This was a complete dog whistle. It's only now that we realize that how she was portraying this was not the full story. Far from it. And she's definitely on a bit of a roll at the moment to portray that other people now are doing things to her. Part of her stream this evening covered Cam and a live that he had done and something he had said in relation to Ziggy. Of course, Ziggy's interpretation of that is not that Cam could have come to that conclusion by himself, but that other people, some magical other people, had led Cam to believe that. Who are you talking about, Ziggy? If you're going to get up there and live stream and act all silly, Have the courage of your convictions and say it. Own your shit. But that's why we're all here. That's why we're all in this group together. We can see what she's doing. And that's part of why showing this is important. It's crazy.
No, Bobby, I almost had to come on here, guys, and ask for somebody's help who lived in Indiana last night or yesterday evening. Because Jason was at work and it's just like, and he's not even, it's not like he's like right around the corner either. So, I mean, like I said, he's put me in a position that, thank God I have you guys to talk to, because I couldn't believe when I started YouTube that he didn't put up more of a fight against it than he did, because he used to, I mean, he didn't even like me playing my, like, oh, you're sweet, Barb. Don't worry about, no, this is not at all an ask for anybody's help, okay, please. And that's the thing, that's what's hard to mention things on here, because I mean,
Really,
you know how it will get if I mention any. I mean, I know it has to do with financial, but it's fine. I have a lot of product, and I don't have a lot of beauty products, but
want to buy some makeup, anyone?
you know what's crazy is that his son's the sergeant of Indianapolis, and I guess he consulted with his son to see the legalities of taking those vehicles.
Seems sensible enough. Why wouldn't you?
And right. Well, thank you, Barb. How close are you, Bobby, to where I live out there in Shelbyville? Oh, I don't care about putting me down, Rage. I don't care about that. I promise you. Like, I have bigger, like, problems right now than YouTube. Does it say and or? That's a good point, Danny. You know what? I'm sure whichever way it has, because I bitched so bad about, for after years of that finally, he puts a car that we hardly paid anything for. And I say we, like,
Yeah, you said we.
I paid
We
half for
heard you.
everything. I don't know. He takes it like that. You know what he's turning this into? That I'm unappreciative, and how can I do this to him?
She paid
Like,
half.
how could I treat him like this? How could I date somebody else? How could I, after all he's done for me? It's like, dude, do you forget, like, what about the fact that you had a girlfriend? How many different girlfriends the first couple of years of her relationship? You know what I mean? Like, oh, and then that's the past. You know what I mean? Like, he's like, oh, that's the past. It kept going on for years and years, not just the girlfriends, just all kinds of stuff.
And yet here you are on social
So
media.
he thinks because I don't want to be with him that I'm being mean to him. That's what I said. That's exactly what I said, Flip Flop. I said, I'm not your property.
Is that what you said, Ziggy?
Oh, is Michelle in here? You guys know what he was he was threatening to he was threatening to do all kinds of stuff. I mean, he was threatening to call my parent. I mean, I can't even talk about half the shit.
That's it. It takes
Hey,
time to
Katie.
make these things up. Can't just rule them off here. Need time to figure them
Since
out
I have a
first.
child, I don't know. That's a good point, though, that what Danny said about if it says and or on the title. What I'm guessing is that it says whatever gives him more rights. But yet he wanted to shut me up. So,
He wanted to shut her
he
up.
just basically, I think I tried to tell him to put, I don't remember if it said and or. Hey, Becca. Do I have OnStar? No. Yeah, I have. That's why I started telling you guys and started telling, like, I finally told, like, my dad and my sister, and they're just shocked. They don't know about the car thing, but they know, like, what that they know because I had to, because he started acting, like, unpredictable, and I was like, what's this guy gonna do?
Unpredictable.
Because you think you know somebody, but, like, when you're dating a narcissist and,
There we go with that word
like,
again.
for 9 years, and they think that, and every single time they know that you're freaking very sensitive and that you're a pushover and you're empathetic. So he knows. Even Mystical Mermaid said he knows how to pull your strings. He knows what to do.
Even Mystical Mermaid, the reader, psychic, whatever the heck she is, lady, even she said it. And if she said it, then it's bound to be serious. Blank screens, Turtle Griff. Hello, welcome. It's crazy to me how she portrays this, what came out after, and what she's trying to sell even now. How those things have changed over and over and over again. And a little bit like a couple of other people in this community, them wants to portray herself as this constant victim. I'm sorry that we have a memory for what you said, and we remember because we were there and we cared. If it wasn't for the fact that you started to do and say other things that started to raise concern, we wouldn't be where we are today. But you might forget what you said, Ziggy. This handy dandy video did not forget.
To make you feel bad, and he's intentionally manipulating you.
Intentionally.
But it's true. Even though she's a psychic, that's just true. That's exactly what he's doing. No, he's not living. He's not staying with me. I made him anything of his.
Trying to take a drink of water
at my house, like, anymore. Nothing to do with him at my house anymore.
Nothing.
Like before I was dating somebody, it wasn't a big deal to him because really it was no different. He was over all the time. He saw me every day. He saw Caitlin every day, and that could still happen if he wouldn't have got to where he's his own worst enemy, guys. Like,
he's his own worst
and he proved to me that he doesn't. He hurt Caitlin's feelings, and that's what really upset me because Caitlin feels used and wondering if he even cared about her because, he lied to her about why he needed in the house. And I felt bad because at first I was mad at her because I said, first of all, I told you not to tell him that we were doing something. And she said that he peer pressured her and begged her until she told him. And it's just like.
Except, Ziggy, Jim was not your daughter's peer. From your own words, he was the father figure in her life. He could not peer pressure your daughter. But again, you were using this language intentionally to paint a scene where people would feel empathetic, feel like they want to help, because a lot of people in this community have been through unfortunate situations in their own life. Nobody wants to see another human being struggle whenever they could do something to help. Very few people choose to ignore that. But it's the people who abuse that kindness, they're the ones who start to change us. There's a lot of people who feel like you took advantage of them, Ziggy. And this stream is just a perfect example. This dumpster fire you created, you were gaslighting your entire fucking audience. All of them. The people who you either talk to every day in person to, those who turned up to support you. All for what? So you could go and play hide the sausage with Jason and get us to pay for it. And then you wonder why people are pissed.
I can't believe that he's doing this stuff to a child. He doesn't care as long as he gets his way. And it's like at all costs, you know? At all cost.
At all costs. Right? She was practically
Yeah, he is
hunting Jason.
manipulative. He is a true narcissist, guys. And I'm not like overusing the word. You know how it is overused, and I use it all the time. And the reason why I use the word all the time is because I can recognize it now. I didn't know what it was for like 2 years of our relationship. I had no idea. It was so I did not understand what was like wrong. He made me feel like I was going crazy. But I have a pretty good, a strong mindset for like manipulation, and I can pretty much. I knew what he was doing. I only know because past experience and stuff. Like I've seen, I've had
experience, where she was
psycho guys before and stuff like that. Like
past experience.
I recognized it, but he still was able to at times like make me question like my memory, which I know my memory is not good. So like he would use that against me. He would use my past like addictions against me. Oh, that's another thing. Guess what he thought would be a great thing to do too? Caitlin came up to me yesterday and goes, you used to be a drug addict?
She did? That's
I was
what
like,
she did?
What? She's like, Jim told me that
It's okay,
you
Cindy,
are a recovering drug addict.
I understand, love. Don't worry.
She's like, I didn't know that. And I'm like, so there's another thing, which I thought Caitlin knew. I don't think she understood, I guess. Like, it's not something that we have talked about a lot because it's been so long and she wouldn't remember, but it's not his right to tell her this stuff. And he's doing it in a way to, like, hurt me. Then he's telling, that's the second time in, like, well, there's more than that. I should say, I don't know how many, the umpteenth time that he has overstepped boundaries and told Caitlin things that were not his place. Like the whole CPS thing. When somebody on here called CPS on me, and they showed up. Like he couldn't get a hold of me one night because I was out with Jason, you know, and I had Caitlin with me because I couldn't trust him. Like, you know, she could stay at home for a few hours by herself, you know what I mean? And that night this night I was staying overnight, so I wanted to, but I didn't want her staying overnight by herself out there, even though Jim was like half mile away, because I can't trust him right now. He bugs her so bad and tries to get information out of her.
And you shouldn't believe
so
in your
I
daughter to
brought her
go and
with
play
me,
hide
okay?
and sausage with some dude.
And she brought her PlayStation and all that. And when he couldn't get a hold of me, because me and Jason were at an arcade, like kind of like an adult arcade place.
An adult arcade.
And we had just walked there. It was like a few blocks away. Caitlin was playing her game at the rental. She contacts him, or he contacts her. What?
That's her daughter in the background.
He contacts her and tells her the CPS is here, you know, trying to make it an emergency. Anything he can to get me back over, get me home, so I'm not with Jason.
I remember. We were watching, Ziggy.
Well, see, Blanca is horrible. I hate parental alienation, and that's absolutely horrible. And that's why I hate this, because, you know, he's not her father, but
no, I'm sure you didn't remind him of that.
I don't know. She might never, like, I don't know how. Oh, yeah, we've already done that. I've blocked his number on Caitlin's, and I hate that. Because he's not texting her, like, it's just nonstop, like, picking her up just to try to get information. And I did, because he knew, you know, he and I don't know. I let her continue to see him because I thought it was important.
You thought it was important, but as soon as you couldn't get to your date, that's
gonna
when
find
you
her within 2
decide to
weeks. Oh wow, that would be crazy, Lisa.
cut him off. That's it, parental
I feel like he doesn't even want
pure spite.
I feel like he doesn't even really want a relationship with her. He's just like, it's sad. Yeah, he doesn't care, but he doesn't really.
Doesn't
we'll
he,
take Little
Ziggy?
Ziggy without your permission. I don't think he would do anything illegal. I mean, not where he would get caught. He's like almost 20 years old. I mean, he doesn't have a record, but he's super careful about that stuff.
Super careful about
whether or not something's legal or not. And that's the thing, is that
crazy, huh?
He contacted his son before he came and got the vehicles to ask about the laws and stuff. Because his son's sergeant, and not in our county, but the biggest county, you know.
That's just practical. That's practical. I don't know anybody in the same situation who would not ask their family.
It's hard to say, guys, what he will do, because this is something new. Santa Casio would question herself and how he stands strongly in our reality as he will. Yeah, he is trying to financially
listen in.
Control me.
Financially control her.
Undid my camera. My camera kept coming undone. Okay? Only one of the cameras that faced the cars. This is the second time in a week I found that camera not working. This one time it was completely unplugged.
Wow.
The last time it was it was like it's in this like mount on the window, and it was like it fell out of the mount, which it wouldn't have been able to do that without force. I'm looking at my cameras right now actually because I'm not there, and he doesn't have keys in my place. I checked to make sure he didn't take like.
Take what, Ziggy? Did he take the makeup? Did he take the size 5 shoes? What did he take, Ziggy? What did he take? We need to know. Immediately. Spill, Ziggy, spill!
I mean, it's pretty sad when your daughter is like worrying that he's gonna break into her place while we're gone.
Why would he think that, Ziggy? He had no reason to do that.
Hold on, let me oh shit, I'm gonna turn that down. A nature boy who is a narcissistic, and what he did when Velvet left him, he's in jail now. Oh no. Did he have a history of anything crazy? See, that's the thing. That is the dangerous time when you leave a narcissist, because like, see, we haven't even been together for like a year. I mean, technically together for like a year. We're a year. I mean, me and him haven't really been together this whole time I've been on YouTube. I was just, at the beginning, basically like roommates, but he didn't care because
the whole time she was on YouTube,
I wasn't dating anybody else. I had no interest in dating, and he knew it. He got a little comfortable over the years because he had, separated me from anybody that could possibly help me, even if they were girls. He would accuse me of sleeping with girls too. And yeah, I know that I've dated girls before, but that was just like
that's
stupid.
maybe why, Ziggy. That's it
wasn't really dating.
Maybe you're putting it about a bit, love.
Okay, one time. But I don't usually, he was just overbearing. Hey Tiffany, I just saw your text and I appreciate it.
So he's gone from,
I know what you mean.
Abusive,
it's true.
Narcissistic, controlling,
who sent the cash app?
overbearing.
I don't recognize that name. I don't think they didn't put a note. Please, guys, you don't take this as a, because you guys know how I don't care what the haters say. I don't, because sometimes I can't avoid talking about this type of stuff because I'm so open, and you'll notice if something's wrong with me because I can't. Yeah, that's how it was, Flip Flop. It's mounted inside, but my daughter let him inside because she didn't think like he's done some like crazy things, but she hasn't witnessed a lot of it over the years.
She shouldn't witness any
But
of it, Ziggy.
how he's acting this past, she's starting to notice, and it's starting to make her not like him. But it's also confusing her because one second she's like, sometimes she'll use against me things that, like when she's mad at me, things that Jim is telling her, stuff that's not even true. No. And it's not that I kept my past from her. It's just like, it's not anything that has. Hi. Look. Show him Athena. Look, show him, please.
I didn't want to
So,
show
yeah,
the footage of this.
I have a lot of experience here. You are just beginning to learn what will happen. I can't be more clear. No limits with this type. You are in ultimate danger. Do whatever to protect yourselves. Yeah.
That's why we've got the nice dumpster fire.
Okay. The thing is, like, everybody would know, like, it was him if something happened. That's what I tell them. Like, if anything happened to Jason or anything happened to anybody, everybody's going to know it was him. And he even says, oh, well, I wouldn't do anything myself.
What the fuck is she?
I was like, what's that supposed to mean? And he's like, I'd never hurt you, but, Jason's going to end up being hurt either physically or legally.
Now, bear in mind, this woman is going around telling everybody currently that she never suggested that Jim was aggressive or abusive or violent in any way. That these are just horrible things that people who suddenly don't like her anymore must have made up. I wonder who those people you're talking about are. Ziggy, who do you mean there? We know exactly who you mean. But that's the reason why I'm doing this now. I remember what you said back then, Ziggy. I don't need to ask anybody else. I remember what you had said. Went back, found it, here we are. Go back to your own live and listen to it. Crazy. You're very welcome, Burnt Butt Cheeks. I'm glad to have you, my dear. But isn't this wild? Like, I can't believe that she has tried to tell one set of lies and then flip it onto a totally different story. But yet she remains the victim at all times. She was the victim then, she's the victim now. Her concern isn't so much for her daughter. You would think she would be more worried about her daughter. That would be my priority in that situation. But what do we know, eh? What do we know? I'll tell you what I know, Ziggy. You're a fucking liar.
I'm like, what do you mean? Stay there. And he's like, I'll have proof for you within a week that he's seeing somebody else. I'm like, okay, don't worry. You don't need to. Don't concern yourself with my life, please. Just let me deal with this, okay? Oh, they said, hey, little Ziggy. Show them Athena.
Yeah,
Well,
now's the perfect time to show
right.
your dog.
I'm gonna go get a pup. Caitlin wants to show you Athena, so you can just watch to see if you're don't really go on camera, okay? Okay. But I'll turn on the camera so they can see. I don't want to go on camera because I haven't taken a shower yet.
I turned her down there for a wee second.
We had to get a room. Hold on.
If you go back to that live, you can see the live chat as well. I deliberately didn't want to put that up because I felt like people were being deliberately misled here. Both her daughter and the audience.
I love you to need them. Yep. And when you set yourself up where you don't need them for anything, it can get very dangerous. Please be safe. I've spent 10 years with a narco. I come up with my puppy. Watching for Lisa's other comment because that's very true. Yeah, he stalks me. He hangs out, and that's why I'm telling you guys this stuff because, like, it needs to be out there because it will keep it. He's so afraid of how he looks to others. So, you know what I mean?
Not fucking surprised.
He is able to sell. This is what I told Lady CG.
Is it?
Is
this what you
I think
told
it's Lady CG, or maybe it was Champagne.
Is this what you
He
told
is able to sell ice to an Eskimo. He's kind of like, in a way, his personality is kind of like, he's very likable because it's not really him. And so he's able to trick people.
Able to
trick? You can take his ice and shove it. Is he watching this? Probably. He started watching my channel, and Caitlin was like freaked out because she said that they couldn't go anywhere. That he's sitting there freaking watching my streams like.
Until I watched this again last night, I had forgotten that she had said that for a wee minute. that both Ziggy and then apparently her daughter were under the impression that Jim was sitting watching her live streams, and that was making her daughter anxious and upset because they felt like there was no escape. Again, there's no parent I know, whether they're mother or a father, no parent I know that would want their child to continue to feel that way. They would do everything within their power to change it. That's not what happened, is it, Ziggy? That's not what you did.
And then as soon as my stream would be over, Harry would be like showing up at the freaking house the exact minute. Like, dude, get a life. He almost lost you. He almost freaking ruined his, and I don't know it, and that's still to be determined. But he almost lost his freaking job over this stuff, over his freaking obsession. And it's not an obsession over me. Okay, so I'm not. It is, but it's more to do with. It has really nothing to do with me. It has to do with him, like, and his self. He needs to work on his self. And you know, he thinks that if he gets Jason out of the picture or any guy I would date, he thinks that all of a sudden by default I'm gonna need him, and
oh, Jesus.
Slowly but surely he'll get back in. I don't know. It's all about, first of all, it's all about control. He doesn't care really where my heart is, like who I want to be with. It's just.
Oh, I agree with you there, Ziggy. It's all about control. But what you fail to realize is that you were the one who was trying to control people in this relationship. You're still doing the same thing on social media. This manipulative power play that you're doing both over your daughter, over your audience, over your ex-friends. That's what you do. So who's the narcissist, Ziggy? Who is the one that is stalking? You've a lot to answer for. So keep laughing it up over there about you behaving like an abused wife. I'm glad that you found that so fucking funny.
As long as he can still sleep with me, like every great once in a while. This stuff, like, it's absolutely ridiculous. It's just gross and ridiculous.
Whee!
I know, that's what I worried about, TT. He would never admit that he would never admit that he has low self-esteem or has any issues with, he would never, there's no way. He's way too prideful.
We're glad to have you, Turtle Griff.
Who's that, Storms of Life?
Turtle Griff.
You can't believe I let my daughter around him. What?
Well, you're the one that's telling everybody he's a narcissist.
I was
and
dating him for 9 years. This is the first time I've ever dated anybody else, so I knew that I've never seen him like this, okay? But I have seen him, pretty, like,
you literally just told your audience he would break into your house.
I've never, like, it's the first time you've seen me date anybody else, so it just.
So that's fine. That's apparently all fine.
Everybody was complimenting you on your Thanks.
And again, you can still hear her daughter.
That's good. Just we have no limits, no control, will ever get
That's
help,
where
forget all
the
that.
peer
No,
pressure is
no, there's
coming
no
from.
chance.
You act like your
There's no
daughter's
chance. He has
friend.
no chance on hell. I do. I'm still dating the same guy, guys. I just couldn't talk to you guys about it. Because he started watching my channel and using everything he would watch on here. He would, let's say I would be like, well, guys, I won't be on tomorrow night. If I am on tomorrow night, I'll be on really late. He'll use that type of information. Like, and all of a sudden he knows, like, I'm hanging out with Jason, okay? That's how he found out this time that I was hanging out with Jason, because
Can
I had
somebody drop
mentioned something on
circle
here
jerk link,
about,
please?
or no, it wasn't.
If
He
you
found
guys
out
have
this
it.
time because Caitlin, I told her not to say anything, but she's, I don't like her to lie. So,
Yeah,
I hate asking her
you'll
to
do the
lie.
lying for
So usually
everybody.
I try to tell her, like, if, don't give the information freely. But that's all he talked about. And that's why I just decided, I'm sorry. This is, and Caitlin, she's just like to the point.
Right, Turtle Griff?
Like,
Abusive, not
I
abusive,
thought she would
but
be
sort of
upset if I was like,
abusive, but not really
here, see
abusive.
him, or, here, give me, I took her phone and I blocked him from everything. Blocked him on everything on mine, too. Right, been bad. Not like this. He makes it. You guys don't. That's the thing. Like, people don't get it, and that's what I was telling. People just don't understand that it's like
Nobody
not
understands.
that easy. We're talking 9 years, you guys. Like 9 years of putting me in this position in these positions where I'm dependent on him.
And you were just
And
poor, helpless Siggy. Poor, helpless Siggy.
because I had nobody else to like really turn to. So like if I ever got in a bind, like in any way, usually financially, he was glad to help out, but it was all to control me. It was all like, it was constantly like a checks and balances in his freaking head, like of who paid for what and stuff. And it's like he started basically trying to be like, I'll give you all the, basically buy me. I mean, it's crazy as it sounds.
Siggy does keep repeating the fact that she paid for half of everything. She paid for half, and he paid for half. Sounds reasonable enough. Of course, we learned after the fact that that's not what was happening. But still, okay, whatever your domestic arrangement is, not the first or the last to have, one partner who earns more than the other. And that's all well and good. But whenever you split up with someone, that means it's your income and yours alone to have to pay the bills. You weren't married to Jim. He didn't have to do anything to help you. He didn't have to lift a finger. But what he got in gratitude for helping you with your bills, for supporting you, for being there, was you telling the world on social media that he was abusive, all because you wanted to go away and get some dick. In an Airbnb that you had to pay for. He didn't even want to commit enough, this new guy, to help you out. You paid for it. So yeah, I don't blame Jim for wanting you to pay your share of the bills. It doesn't seem like you have a very good grasp on finances. There are also so many people in this community, whether they're male or female, who have sole custody of their children and literally have multiple jobs, go above and beyond, all in order to provide for their children. But you just come onto social media and get other people to pay for it. Because, I mean, they just have money to give away, right? As long as you mention Summer Wells's name, people will open their wallets to you. If you give them a sob story about how you've been abused and harassed, people will give you the money. You're a grifter, Ziggy. Congratulations. We see you, bitch. We see you.
That's what he was doing. Telling me, like, sending me, like, oh, I just got, he got a pretty big loan, like, recently. And he sends me a picture of the money and tells me, oh, this could be all yours too. Or like, if he hears
Like
me
we
struggling
fart.
or any way, like if I were to say anything on here, if you hear me say anything about like, yeah,
All that she was concerned about was his money.
oh, thank you. I want her to touch.
I wish it
Oh,
was
I know. I know
Marley.
many of you ladies know what I'm talking about. I'm sure freaking men too. Like,
She would love you,
there's,
Matthew.
I mean,
She would love you. Run, Matthew. Please. I beg you. You've enough crazy women to
it
deal
is
with. This is one you don't
for the
need.
store. I think you just do explanation
Trust us.
store. But you're right. I think that's the code for it, or the Nightbot code. We'll see. Yeah, right here. Let's see.
Yeah, get that store out, Ziggy.
Yeah,
You're
that's the
telling
thing.
about this
First thing he
terrible
did, guys, move me to when we first
24
started dating.
hours.
When we first, like, very. I mean, they move fast. Okay, they want you moving in like right away.
Do they? Those must have
So, and what's he do? It's not just move into,
been.
the area you're living where your family is.
Those must have been some good handies that she was doing in order to get to move in overnight, pretty much. She must have been doing the most. Or Ziggy, is it that you were telling Jim at the time that you needed help and support? Did you make him feel sorry for you? You saw this older guy who maybe had a good job and a bit of money?
Or all your friends. No, they usually move you out of the state or far away. The most ridiculous places that it's like, why are we moving all the way over here?
It's the dumpster fire.
Like, what's in freaking Shelbyville?
I love
Or
altitude.
what's in,
It's warm.
when we went.
What's wrong, Matthew? What's wrong? Hello, Matthew. Hello. You have a sweater on. It's been really warm here today. We normally do not get hot weather over here. It rains here a fuck ton. Or at best, you might get a couple of hours of good weather. But at the moment, it's been really warm for the past few days. Well, warm for Ireland. Not really in American terms, I suppose. So come on, there's that. But you remember, I'm like a little transparent ghost of a person. One blink of sunshine and my skin is on fire. I'm not pale. It takes me 2 weeks to go from blue to white. Um, so yeah, it's kind of hot. So it's really strange at the moment, the fact that it's warm air at nighttime. It feels really odd. And we don't have air conditioning in our houses by standard over here. So it just feels muggy. But no doubt it'll be raining by the end of the week. It'll all be back to normal. And then I'll be complaining that it's raining. It's raining. Right, Tragedy Pimps Expose. That bothered me at the time. Initially, I think I tried to convince myself that she was doing it because, again, having been through, I don't want to say too much, but having been through actual domestic violence, I understand that whenever there is a period of pressure, or whenever you are concerned about retaliation after a breakup, it can make you want to keep your children, etc., closer to you for a wee while, because you just want to make sure everybody's safe and in one piece, that if you do have to get out, you can get out in a hurry. And that's why certain things didn't ring true to me. I always knew where my car keys were. I knew where the house keys were. Knew where my purse was. So if I had to be up and the fuck out of that house in like 30 seconds, even if I had to be naked, if I had all that other stuff, we were gone. Look, it would have been an education for somebody. There's nothing you can do about that. But it was weird to me. At the end of the day, she uses her daughter to basically parent her. That's how that is working. That makes me very sad for Caitlin. It does. And this isn't about whether Ziggy loves her child or not. It's not about that. And please, for the love of God, anybody who is listening to this stream, do not contact CPS or the police or anything like out of that sort of scenario, just to be malicious and cause either Ziggy or, more importantly, her daughter any hardship. I know that you guys in the chat wouldn't do that, but it's the internet, and I don't want to take the chance that there could be some oddball watching this who maybe doesn't understand. So please, if you're somebody who just doesn't know the background or know anything about these people, don't do it out of just pure shit stirring, because that really just wastes resources and eventually causes problems for the whole family, rather than, it's never beneficial unless you have true real life concerns. Hello, the real Gigi. How are you doing? How are you doing?
to Anderson. Do what you feel is safe for you, and we'll see you know him better than we do. And well, thing is, I don't recognize this person really. This is like beyond. I always would talk or tell him how predictable he was. Like I could always predict what he's gonna say, what he's gonna do, how he's gonna react, everything. Because he's so predictable. But I started getting scared when I couldn't predict his moves.
Scared.
When he started doing things that I'm like, okay, this doesn't even, start, like, what is this guy gonna, I wish I could say everything. I mean, if you guys heard everything, the type of stuff that he was to try to make me feel bad.
She didn't lead people to believe that he was aggressive. No, 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 no.
Sorry, I was responding to a text. And that's it. The thing is that he knows too that I couldn't really talk on here about stuff because so I'm not giving him that power. Like I'm gonna talk about it.
Ziggy, you literally told YouTube about your intimate piercings. If you were putting all your life out, you kept people, including myself, would ask you not to share so much publicly. And then, at best, you should be grateful that the only person in your life that knows more about you than you want them to is your ex. Quite frankly, if your mother or father had sat down and watched your live streams, I mean, I would have been mortified. Can you imagine? God. Good night. I love altitude. Good night, my love. Go sleeps. We love you. Right, Lenny, I don't want to put that on screen because it makes me want to shout at her. But yeah. Absolutely zero concept of either parenting her child or protecting her child. Pure craziness. Grow the fuck up, Ziggy. Go and get some counseling. Some parenting classes so that you can bond with your daughter a bit better. You want to know why people keep saying that you made us think that Jim was aggressive? This is one of many streams where you would say things about him. This entire stream is about Jim. You were spinning a complete narrative about him.
On here just for extra reassurance to myself that people know he's acting a little bit strange and like if he won't do that stuff with people where people can you know what I mean,
A
like if
little
people
bit
know.
strange.
Oh yeah. So me and Jason went to that weekend that I was telling you guys about that he called Caitlin and said that CPS was there. That next morning, I wake up and there's a note on my car. I wasn't home, okay? I wasn't home at all. He freaking tracked me through my phone
Maybe he was trying to
and
make sure
showed
you
up
weren't
and put a note
dead.
on my car. I know where you are. Jim was here. Like the creepiest shit ever. Yeah, I included that with a protection order. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that to him.
You didn't. Well, but you were forced to.
Get a small car loan. I'll figure something out. Maybe.
Oh, you figured something
I mean,
out, Ziggy.
really, I could get like I could get like a car that is. I don't buy like. I don't care about having a really nice vehicle. I just want something to get me from point A to point B. Like, so
With a personalized number plate?
I honestly could probably get a vehicle for like 1,500. That would be, you know, what I mean? So it's doable. I just GoFundMe. How long does those GoFundMe's like? How does it work though? Like, how do they let you cash out? I just hate to do that. I would hate to. I know I'm gonna get so much shit, but I guess it doesn't really matter. I don't know. I'll think about that.
Again, she was on here at the start of this live saying that she had just had the worst 24 hours of her life. A woman that can't even balance her own budget enough to realize that DoorDash is not economical. And here she is organizing car finance on live stream. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. This is where the groundwork was being laid for all of this, as if she hadn't already taken enough from people. This is a dry bag.
No. How long does it take you to cash out on a GoFundMe? Well, I can move to another state. No, I can't do that, but I can move to another town. But not until my lease is up, really. I mean, I guess I could. I'd have to continue paying on my lease, though. Right? I know. And he turns around, Midnight Baker, he turns it around like, putting these stupid things on Facebook like, oh, the grass is greener on the other side. And, you don't realize what you have until it's gone. But he's not talking about him not realizing what he has. Like thinking, oh, I should have known, like, or I should have been better to Adrian. No, that's not what he's thinking. He's thinking that I'm going to realize what I had because all I had with him was financial security, okay?
That's all. Just financial security. That's how much it meant to her. She was able to dismiss it all in one
I didn't have anything
sentence.
beyond that. And it just was not what I wanted. Sorry, I'm confirming an appointment.
Oh, perfect. Now's a great
We're
time.
supposed to go to dentist appointment the other day, but rescheduled it, of course, because I'm such a weirdo about. Aw, thank you for the order.
See? Bing, bing, bing. Dollar, dollar bills. Well done,
I
Ziggy.
don't know if that's. I think I know who that order's from, but I don't want to.
Well, I think I know
Oh
who the
yeah, it
order's
probably
from.
is. Danny, did you just make an order? Oh, I thought so. Where's that, TJ? Well, actually, you don't have to say where your area is on here. Yeah, it's gonna have to be a clean cut. I can't get. No matter what, I cannot. Like, you guys, he was. I mean, I didn't have. Like, for instance, if I would run out of gas, like I almost ran out of gas the other day, and Jason was at work, I think, and plus
God.
doesn't even live near me.
Then what the fuck were you phoning him for?
And Jim, of course, like really was the only person I could call because I'm like, God, I don't want to freaking call him. You know what I mean? That's how I feel every single time I'm in a situation like that. He wants me to do that, you know? And thank God I made it to a gas station because I'm like, I really don't want him to come out here. Like, and this is like before this situation. This is like, I don't know, a week ago or something.
Oh, this was like forever ago, you know, like a week ago. There's so much of what she says that when you look back at it now, that's why we all get this feeling, those that did support her in any way, of, oh, we must have been stupid for believing her. But we weren't. We were trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. What would be stupid is to let her pull this shit on other people. That's why it's important to do this. That's why she's so angry at Circle Jerks. So angry. Because she can't deny what they're saying. Because it's the truth. And you're welcome, Casey. I'm glad that you've all hung with me so far. But whenever I saw her say that of, I never told anyone he was aggressive or abusive or violent. Go back and listen to your stream, Ziggy. Go back and listen to it. I left the link for it in the description, the link for your stream, because you never seem to be able to find shit. Here you are. I found it for you. Go listen. You should be ashamed.
And it's like, I really, please God, let me make it to a gas station. But of course, he was more than ready and willing. A gas can. I used to always have AAA.
Yep, she traded AAA for J. So Jim would just come and do it. That poor man ran about after her. And look, nobody's perfect. I'm sure Jim had his quirks in his personality the same way we all do. But she wanted to create this whole tale of woe. And then the second that Jim passed away, he became a totally different human being again. Can't have it all ways, Ziggy. When did you lie? Did you lie at this point? Did you lie when he died? Or are you lying now? But you can't have all three be the truth. Our survey says,
He's not on my lease. He's not on my lease. What do you mean? The landlord's supposed to honor it? I only have September, October, November left on my lease. So, and I figured if me and Jason are still dating and just around in November-ish, I might move a little bit and which I wouldn't mind anyways, because it's where I grew up, so
Bear in mind, this was September, this stream. So if her and Jason were still together in another 6 weeks, she was going to move nearer to him. And again, stranger things have happened and all. But dear God, woman, slow down. That's you weren't helping yourself. You've allegedly just got out of a long-term controlling relationship, in your own words, and here you are just scuttling off. Fucking craziness, guys.
I've talked about moving there to that area anyways, but so who knows? I might move to that area. I probably there, or there's one other little town that's like 15 miles away from where I'm living now. That's I really like too. $6 for 6 months, really? Oh, really? Storms of Life? Well, I do know it says on our lease that I can be let out of the lease for any reason if I give a 60-day notice, but really I only have 3 months to pay, so 68 notice is like 2 months, Can I block him from watching my channel? No.
No!
Unfortunately. I don't even know what his name is on here. I know he's a member. To the Cape area? What's the Cape area? And of course, guys, the area I was at too, was spotty internet, so I couldn't get on the internet. But guys, I do have to go. I wanted to come on and just just in case I couldn't come on tonight. Well, good thing it's only an hour long, Lady CG. It's just that you know about it, kind of. Well, actually, I guess nobody really knew about it. Didn't know about the car thing, anyways. He took both my cars, Lady CG. So I don't have a vehicle. He tricked Caitlin into letting him in the house. And while I was sleeping, and while he was pretending he was watching TV, he saw my purse and took the 2 car keys. So he took the car that has my name on it too. He had somebody help him take it. Right, Jer? I mean, that's true. Oh, I already filed, Lady CD. I filed. The 23rd is your birthday, XX? But they're not, the vehicles are in the one vehicle has me and his name on it, and the other vehicle is just his name. Remember, he put everything in his name. That vehicle was the first time I was ever able to convince him to put anything in my name. And it wasn't even in my name. It's in both our names. So that was like, you know, he wasn't willing to give up complete control, but he still got the vehicle legally. He unplugged my camera even. It's crazy. Anyways, guys, I do have to go. I promised I'd be off here by, well, actually, I said I'd be ready by noon. Psych. But Lacey G, it has his name on it too, remember? I did think about calling the cops that day and just be like, this dude's like screwing with me, and I talked to my dad a little bit about the situation, just enough to, you know, so he kind of knew what was going on, just because things were getting weird. But all right, guys, I'll try to come back on later, okay? But I can't make any promises. But I would think tomorrow for sure. Definitely at some point tomorrow. He's a crappy human. Can't trust him. Not all of them are bad, really. I've actually met you. I'd say yeah. So he knows that I had to spend money I didn't really have on renting a vehicle for a week. And beyond that, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'll figure it out. And thank you guys so much, guys. And I really appreciate the support. It means a lot to me, for real. I hate the gun thing, but underestimated the Ziggy and the Piggies. So yeah, that's why my voice is strained, because yeah, I got a little bit like, when I get mad, I kind of blow up, but then I'm over it. Like 10 minutes later, I just have to have a period to cool down. Even that, like, I felt like that was gonna, like, oh my God, I just was like, okay, just calm down and think. No, I don't have the extra keys, and I don't know where he took him either. I don't know where his son's house is. He could have the car at his son's house, because his son just moved. I haven't been to his son's house in Shelbyville, because he just moved there, and so I haven't seen it. And I don't know who helped him. So there's a few places that the car could be. It could be at his mom's. It could be at this trailer he's been fixing up. It could be at his son's. It could be any. I mean, there's a few places, and some I don't even know how to access. Literally had all his friends believe that was the problem. Yeah, I know. He's convinced, like, that's the thing too.
Just realized He could be anywhere. The car could be anywhere.
I didn't think he would leave me completely without a car. I really didn't think he would do that. I really didn't. I thought for sure that the blue car, like that he hid the keys until I looked outside, and then that car was gone too. So in the meantime, while I was like, whatever. All right, guys, everybody.
That wee snort at the end. That wee snort at the end is priceless.
Have a good Monday, and I'll talk to you guys all later, okay?
Bye, guys. So there you go. That was the stream from the 12th of September 2022 from Ziggy's channel. The link is in the description. If you haven't already seen the live stream or you would wish to go and view the chat, you can do so. It is there for your perusal. I would recommend, Ziggy, that you should go and watch your own stream or streams, plural, and then you would maybe see why people are kind of pissed with you for a whole lot of things. A whole lot of things. Boo! No, I think she said like. Now I can't remember what she said at the end. I have to go back and listen. I'm gonna listen. Hey. Hey. Right, Gigi. He knew what she was going to do. He knew that either she would run that car into the ground or she would take it and sell it or do something. And at the end of the day, if his name was on the title, then it was within his rights. She was the one that was making everybody think that it was something different. Well, thank you for hanging with us, Blank Screens Turtle Griff. You're like totally awesome. You see what I mean though, guys? It was just like, what is she even on about? This is why we think you misled us. And all within the one stream, she started to share all of this stuff. She had never suggested that things were quite as graphic until this day, where she said she had already applied for the restraining order, which was nuts. But yeah, it's all just in our imagination, because you take out a restraining order on somebody for no reason, right, Ziggy? I mean, you obviously gave some reasons. We know you did. But it's nice that Ziggy has her new friends to keep her company. I'm glad. I'm glad that they've all found each other. Oh, that's a nice, happy little situation. I hope it all goes very well for them all. Sorry, trying to grab a drink. Sorry. Let's pretend that I don't look like I'm about to break my neck. Ah. I know who timed out JBT, the real Gigi. I know who it was. It was Pearl DeVere. Or it might have been Soup. Soup is she does everything. Or it might have been me. Or it could have been Tits McGee. Or it could have been Lolita. But now that I think about it, maybe it was Eliza. Maybe it was Bugsy Jerk. Maybe it was Judy fucking Applewhite. We'll be right behind you, Linny Poo. Roll over. We'll all be up there in about 2 minutes. Yeah, it's just everybody, the real Gigi. We just blame everyone. It's everybody's fault. Oh, here, Linny, do you want to see something before you go? Type in the chat and let me know that you're still there. Of course, now that I'm going to hit this button, I can't see the chat. Wee-hee. Show chat, come on. Where's my chat? There we go. Hee-hee. Look, flip-flop. You will never catch me on here telling you that my technical skills are top-notch. They're just not. They're not. You're still here, Linny? Great, good, good. Right, you ready? You want to see? You want to see? Come on, because this took me a lot longer than should really be necessary, but it made me giggle. We all know I'm a big child. So, you ready? You ready? I have to, hold on, I need to turn it down a wee bit, just in case I blast the ears off someone. You ready? You ready? You ready, everybody? I thought we might as well get an ooh-wee in every now and again. So we can play that at wee opportune intervals. But I was very proud of myself for doing that. Nobody else is proud. Everybody else has gone to bed. Tell me my editing skills were awesome. Come on. Please. I thought it was adorable. I was dancing with my people, the real Gigi. Well, some call it dancing, some call it a whole lot of things. I prefer not to go into detail. Look, do you see my little Nelly plaster that the bomb has? I'm not quite sure why someone would put a band-aid on the side of a bomb, but okay, okay. Doesn't seem to me to be a very good idea. So on that happy note, I get pissed off the same as everybody else, the real Gigi, but thank you for that. We can always find some funny in the middle of stuff, though. There's always stuff to laugh at, even when things are totally crazy. 'Cause that's how we stay sane in the process. Otherwise, we would end up just in a quivering mess. And on that happy note, you're welcome, Pupsy Poo. On that happy note, unless anybody else has any more burning questions of the evening, I want you all to go to the bathroom. Then I want you to use the toilet, wash your hands, brush your teeth, wash your face, and then last to bed. Has to make Linny breakfast in the morning. How's that? Yay! Hey! Thank you all for sticking with us this evening. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't already, if you would like to give a little thumbs up, I would be most grateful. There's the handy dandy Cash App and PayPal if you feel like you would like to support the channel in a financial way. Unlike the real Ernie Shell, who's still bumming about on YouTube. I don't know what the dude is doing. If you would like to contribute, fantastic. And if your contribution is just hanging out and listening to my bullshit, I am still grateful for you. Okay, everybody? As a crazy Jaffa Cake lady once said, you can go to bed now. You are dismissed. Good night, everybody, and thank you very much. Thank you very much for sticking with us. Thank you very much, Lisa, for hanging with us this evening, everybody. And guess what? We get to listen to more Jaffa Cakes on the way out. Do, do, do. Okay. Good night, everybody. Bye.
Good morning, children.
Hello, hello, lovely.
Full moon, half moon, total eclipse. Let's do it one more time. Full moon, half moon, total eclipse. Let's do it one more time.
Full moon, half moon, total eclipse, total eclipse, total eclipse.
Let's do it one more time. Full moon, half moon, total eclipse. Let's do it one more time. Full moon, half moon, total eclipse.
Total eclipse.
And that's it. You're dismissed now. Fuck off.